like to address a serious point that many people struggle with. There is a tendency among certain folks to believe that there is no point to life. There is no point to being happy. There is no point to being pleasuring. To be pleasuring oneself. No point to be indulgent in sensations. Why? That's not what this is about. I will not be discussing as to why people believe those things. I am merely stating that there is a significant portion of people that is like that are neither hedonistic nor believe that there is meaning to life to begin with, and therefore are nihilistic. Now I challenge that for several reasons. Now we could go to a very core of it. If nothing has meaning, then even the belief that nothing has meaning is meaningless to begin with. Therefore, there should be no reason to ascribe value to it, to attach oneself to it. And yet one does so. In fact, by asserting that nothing has meaning, there is an implication that there is some sort of truth to it. And that one places value on that truth. For if they did not place meaning onto it, then they wouldn't attach themselves to it, and therefore it would come and then go. They would not hold on to the belief that nothing has meaning. For a true nihilist ascribes no meaning to anything, and therefore even the belief that nothing has meaning will also be let go until nothing is attached. So asserting that nothing has meaning and holding on to that belief is ascribing meaning to that, and therefore one is not a true nihilist. For certainly there are some things that have meaning, and that therefore establishes the precedent, however you pronounce it, that there are things that have meaning, and therefore it is now burden of proof on the individual to prove that nothing else, other than the statement that nothing has meaning, does not have meaning. So clearly some things have meaning. Now this is also a very selfish point of view, because it asserts that I know what's right, what's true. How do I know this? Because I say so. That's what it really boils down to. Because while you are asserting that nothing has meaning, this body works tirelessly day and night to support you and more. To survive, to thrive, to live. To live. And the mind, it works tirelessly, working. Day and night. It does so to support the overall organism, to predict where it shall be in the future, so that it tries to coordinate a future state in which it still exists. And the body works to support that goal. They are supposed to work in tandem with each other so that the overall dynamic system exists. As long as it can, of course. Now, I say all these things to show that if the body is striving to be alive and the mind is also striving to exist still, then who is it that says nothing has meaning? It is the ego. It is the selfishness that says, no, no, no. Nothing has meaning. Your work is meaningless. It was all for naught. Selfish, selfish, selfish. Shellfish? Selfish. Very selfish. So, if you are to assert that nothing has meaning, which may come as a shocker, I think is also a valid way of seeing things, but if you are to assert that, then you must also state that your body and mind are also meaningless in the work that they do. Which, to be fair, is okay. You can say that. But then my question to you is, why exist in a state of misery? Yes, you can. Being miserable is a totally valid way of living. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can also strive to be happy for the sake of the body and the mind, as an act of gratitude for the work that they do. In other words, you can do it through an intention. You are intentionally happy, which I believe personally creates meaning to the happiness then. For if you say, yes, I am happy because this is what I'm supposed to be. Yes, I am happy because I am pleasuring myself. Because I am engaging in this dopamine release, this rush out of habit. Out of the mind's habit, the body's habit. Yes, happiness is strived for by those things because in a sense they were programmed to strive for these things. But you don't necessarily have to be viewing yourself as programming. You can view yourself as a ball of will, of intention. And upon understanding that happiness isn't a requisite for you, it becomes a choice. Because you can choose to be miserable or you can choose to be happy. And you can choose to be happy not for the sake of oneself, but for the sake of the body and of the mind. Because it's out of gratitude. I said thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Now, having said all that, I don't do that myself. I don't particularly care that much about happiness. I'm selfish in that regard. I never said I was selfless. Sometimes I can. But I can be a little bit of a cruel person to this mind and body. A little bit better nowadays than I used to be before. But I do that with intention. I know what I'm doing. I'm not a nice guy as a result. Not a bad guy either, because I do strive to take some care. But clearly not a lot of care. As you can see from these rolls. From those rolls. But you don't have to be like me. You can choose to be something else. To take great care of your body. Or to let it all out. Like a big old berry. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. And that's really all that I'm trying to do here. I want your misery or your happiness to be intentional. Let it be a choice. Bye.